That's what, the North American Safe Boating Week is all about. Using your head, right?
Yeah, you know what, and that's exactly what it's all about, because boating can be such a enjoyable experience. I mean, there's so many things you can do, families out on the water, enjoying time together, and getting active, but that's the whole key, is you've just got to be smart and be safe about it, and that's all about Boat Safety Awareness Week, and all the different ways that you should be thinking about that, and the things that you can have and the tools you can have on board to help you with that as well. So Brent McNamee is with us again, Vice President of BOATERexam.com. So Brent, you're going to go through some things that you might want to have on board that are recommended, some mandatory, some just nice to have.
Absolutely. Well, one of the biggest things is before you head out on the water is you want to make sure that you're prepared so that you have safety equipment. Hopefully you don't need it, but in the case of emergency, it could mean the matter of life and death. So depending on the length of your boat and whether it's powered or unpowered, there's mandatory safety equipment that you're legally obliged to have on board. So not only will it avoid you getting fines if pulled over, but again, it can save your life as well too. So we have a couple examples here. Obviously, an anchor is something that you always want to have on board. We've got a bailer here as well too. So if ever you did have a leak and you need to get some water out of your boat, you've got a bailing can. We've got a buoyant heaving line, and these safety kits come with a lot of stuff in it. It's got a watertight flashlight, which you're obliged to have. A P-less whistle, so if you get water in it, it will continue working, it won't freeze.
Like this one? Oh, that works.
There you go.
That'll do.
There's other sound signaling devices as well too, like this air horn.
If you like the whistle. Oh, jeez. That's loud. Okay, yeah.
So you have that on board with you as well too. Again, depending on the length, you may need a fire extinguisher, and there's different classes. Same thing goes with the flares. We've got some life smoke here as well too.
What's life smoke?
It's basically just some smoke. Again, it's like a signaling device, so if you're out somewhere and trying to draw attention to yourself to be rescued, then you could open that can up. On top of the mandatory equipment, there's obviously some nice to have equipment as well too, which you're not legally obliged, but it can certainly help you out. First aid kit is a no-brainer. Toolkit in case you have any mechanical breakdowns or engine problems. Multi-tool is always a handy item to have in case you need any quick fixes.
Absolutely.
And then communication devices. So obviously nowadays most people have cell phones. Assuming you have cell phone reception, you can always call for...
That's the thing with a lot of remote cottages, is sometimes that could be kind of sketchy. Yeah,
exactly.
So there's other options.
Yeah, so this is a neat little device from Spot. It's a satellite personal tracker, and basically it uses GPS technology, and you can send an emergency message 911 if you need to be rescued. So if you are somewhere where you don't have cell phone reception, this could save your life as well too. And then there's marine radios like VHF radios, channel 16. If you're in need of rescue, you can always contact Coast Guard or Search and Rescue on there. So
there's a website on our screen, findmespot.ca. You can get more information on these. I think this is brilliant. This is the smartest thing I've seen in a long time. How many times have we seen on the news, boaters go out, get lost, people don't know what direction they went in, and we don't even know where to begin to look for them, floating off out there if they've had engine trouble or whatever. It's just amazing that you can always be found with that.
Absolutely. The other good thing too is to basically let people know where you're going. So let them know what your trip plan is, and what your plans are, when you expect to be back. So if you're not there, then they can come look for you or activate a search and rescue if need be. So to find out what safety equipment you're legally obliged to have on board, visit BOATERexam.com, and everything's listed on there, and you can find the exact length of the boat that you're operating and find out what you need to have on board so that you're safe and don't get a fine.
Okay, so coming up, we mentioned we've got some guys here that are willing to go in the water. Take one for the team for us here this morning to show us a demonstration of, some situations that can happen when you're on a boat. Someone falls in the water unexpectedly, what we can do on board to help them, and what we shouldn't be doing to try and get them back in the boat or help them back in. So that's coming up, some demonstrations, all talking about North America's Safe Boating Awareness Week. Starts tomorrow. And definitely good timing for the long weekend, heading back up to that cottage or getting the boat back out on the water.